Oh, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great. I was really enjoyed this combination of having Roald Dahl's story with the Indian background.
I think it was fantastic. I have been watching Bharatanatyam performances for years now. So to see the integration with the kind of music that is not Carnatic music and something different, and it flows so seamlessly, along with the integration of magic, I think that made it really interesting to watch, because normally you don't get to watch a magic trick in a performance. So for it to flow so seamlessly was really, really good.
It was just absolutely brilliant. My daughters grew up learning ballet, and what I saw today was a different form and how important dance and music is in the growing up of children.
I'm a big supporter of Krishna, and I'm really pleased to see her making her second piece. I think the appeal of the piece is certainly around the storytelling and the narrative, and I think that's a great hook, particularly for family audiences. Some of the characterization, particularly when you've got that tension of good and evil, I think can be really appealing, and I can see that working for people who don't necessarily see themselves as a dance audience.
I was so impressed by how well Bharatanatyam seemed to lend itself to this story, because there's an element of expression and really kind of clearly defined movement that seems to lend itself well to stories for children.
I absolutely loved Magical Honey. It was the first piece that I'd seen since lockdown. It was the first live performance that I'd seen. I found it really emotional and moving. Just the way that all of the different elements were incorporated, I thought worked really well and told the story beautifully. The music combined with the magic, combined with the storytelling, and obviously the beautiful dancing, I thought worked really well together.
I enjoyed the different elements, particularly the magic. I think what I'd really like to see next is the increase in the drama, particularly in how the music supports the young performers to really find the ups and downs in the piece.
One thing that I did take on board was the different age groups bonding, which I have seen the benefits of that.
The little ones, I mean, they had to be on stage the whole time and they had to be engaged the whole time, and they did a wonderful job.
I was really taken aback by the quality of the performance, especially from the younger performers. I thought that was beautiful, and there was some really lovely rapport between the dancers.
It's a big story for them to carry, but already in the two occasions that I've seen it, I've seen them progress with their ability and their comfort in being able to express that narrative.
They were amazing. Their talent is phenomenal. For them to be able to understand what they were doing and why they were doing it, I think that was really good. I know she's been around for the entire week when they've been practicing, so I'm hoping she's learned a few bits.
I really enjoyed the performances in Magical Honey. I think particularly Suhani, and how she can really use her facial expressions, and her eyes brings a great sense of kind of drama to that role. And she's definitely the one that you're going to love to hate.
I have to say that I got quite scared when she looked at me.
I can see that her in front of an audience of young children would provoke a really brilliant response.
The team that put the piece together, I thought they did a great job of making it really easy to watch. I think sometimes complicated stories with lots of different elements can often then mean it's inaccessible. They made it, an easy watch, good for children, good for all the family. So I thought those things combined worked really well together.
I was thinking about it when it started that maybe it'd be brilliant for kids, but then when I saw the performance for the second time, I thought probably performance has a great place in a corporate environment as well, because all of us have had stressful years, and this is something that could really break the monotony with a kind of entertainment that is so unexpected and unique and so pure because it's got kids in it. It really touches your heart.
I think that this is just a really refreshing form for young audiences in particular to engage with. It all comes together really beautifully, and by doing so, I think is going to really spark young people's imaginations.
I hope for sure that there'll be further development with this. I'd like to see maybe it be a bit longer. I think there's definitely scope to be able to do that, and maybe with other characters potentially. Actually, something that I really enjoyed at the performance was having the food, the honey things at the end, and I'd like actually maybe if that was incorporated in the performance and maybe at the start, so that someone that's not necessarily familiar with those honey treats, it sort of makes sense in the performance because you've experienced it yourself. So that's what I would sort of suggest going forwards.
I'd really like to see Magical Honey tour to some of the places that other shows can't get to. I think for an audience in a space that's associated with family and particularly storytelling, like a library, like schools, like small scale performance venues, I think it would be really great and bring something different to the programming of those venues as well.
The piece was absolutely brilliant, magical. I want to see more of it. Great privilege to be part of it today.
And the costumes actually, I think, worked really well. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I really hope that they'll take it forward and turn it into an hour-long piece or 40-minute piece. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
I am feeling magic. That's what it is. You know, when we started working on this was just an idea that I woke up with one morning. And a year, no, not a year, more, 2 years on since that idea came in, it's all in front of me, happening right in front of me. That is magic. That is really magic. And I think, you know, working with Neil, Chris, working with Domenico, working with all my lovely team members, the one thing that stays with me a lot is what I heard from Neil the first time I met him, literally, I was in the studio, is magic is within us. And that has just left that impact. And it's really making the fact that we are dancing, the fact that we're doing all these things with everything that we have gone through during this pandemic, I think it just means that we're here to survive. We are here to make the most of what we have. And there's hope, there's joy, and children specifically, when I saw them during the lockdown, come what may, they adapted to everything that was there. So whether it was online, whether it's, well, they just went on with it, and they are the true inspiration. So Magical Honey is, for them, is a little tribute from all of us here, from our team, to all the children who've shown us what life is. Thank you.